So Benjamin Lewis, the 32-year-old, born in Port Washington, Wisconsin, fighting for Ahern Academy. The welterweight comes in with the 0-1 record. His loss came November 18, 2017 to Evan Elder in the second round via TKO. His background really is in wrestling, and he's going to be facing Mark Vargas from Napa Valley MMA.
Yeah, you know, this guy's coming out of the camp that I've trained with before. Again, this is looks like he's coming out of a Rapicon martial arts is helping him out with his corner here. I don't know if he trains with them. Said he's with Ahern. Maybe he's from out of state, so they kind of sometimes when you're out of state, you can't bring two corners, so you'll kind of make friends with a corner in the back. Looks like they made friends with Rocky Rapicon, the head coach of Asylum Fight Team, the Combat Fitness Rapicon martial arts guys. So this guy looks like he's got some age. You know, he's got that experience, age experience, life experience. So we'll see if that comes into play when he gets in there in the cage. If he's able to keep a little bit more composure. You know, he's not young and wet behind the ears, eager to go out there and bang. Or is he? I guess we'll have to just wait and see.
We will indeed, and as you saw in that graphic previous, Brian Nelson here calling the action with my broadcast partner, Brandon Kyle, as Mark Vargas approaches the ring at a Napa Valley MMA. 27 years of age. His one win came in our last broadcast here at the Solano College Sports Network, where he got that TKO win over Anthony Garon, who you saw earlier in the night. Another one of these tall, slender, athletic builds to a fighter. Very impressive in his debut match.
Yeah, you know, I've actually had the pleasure of training with Mark. He's been coming out to our camp to get work in for this fight the last, I don't know, 6 weeks since he discovered Sam was going to be on the same card. They started coming out and getting that training in, and I've been really impressed. What's most impressive of this kid is his his discipline and his ability as a student to listen, learn, and apply. There's a lot of fighters that there's a bridge that they can't gap of understanding what they need to do and being able to do it, where Mark, he was able to learn things that we were showing him very quickly. And then that's imperative for the development of a young fighter. But then it also lets me know that he's a thinker. So when he's in there, he's hopefully able to think his way through situations. That composure again. Like you said, he's long. He's got a real athletic physique, and he's really athletic. So we'll kind of see if that's going to come into play. The youth, a little bit of youth advantage here, a little bit of height advantage. He does have the win, so maybe a little confidence advantage. But anytime you're coming off a loss, as Benjamin Lewis is, you got something to prove.
We'll send it to Jim Cooley, voice of champions, for the introductions.
In 70-pound division, referee when the action begins, Brian Tyler. This fight is Napa versus Napa. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from Napa, California. He weighed in at 167 pounds, representing Ahern Academy, Ben the Butcher Lewis. His opponent, across the cage in the red corner, also makes his home in Napa, California. Representing Napa Valley MMA, he weighed in at 170 pounds, the Slim Reaper, Mark Vargas.
Heck of a nickname.
Gotta love that one. I haven't heard that one before. It looks like Lewis is going to come out barn burning. He's got that look in his eye. He's not going to waste much time. But Mark's got length and he knows how to use it. So we'll see who can impose their game plan here.
3 2-minute rounds set in the welterweight division. Ben Lewis and Mark Vargas.
For the takedown.
Vargas able to block it. Nice
underhook. He was able to stop it with that single underhook. Got his hips heavy. Used the cage.
A little arm fighting between the two fighters as Lewis was looking for a takedown. Settling back in the center of the cage, trading blows, but Vargas looking to get ahead on that exchange, but they wrestle to the ground with Lewis trying to get on top.
Lewis kind of frantic wrestling pace here, kind of Clay Guida style. Do whatever it takes to get him down and get on top and pound him out. Look like he's looking for a sub already.
Yeah, Vargas doing a good job of getting to his feet. going for perhaps a front guillotine.
Lewis is going to have to drag him down here and try to get him on his knees here. It's going to be tough to get the angle from there. That's what he tries to do with the stand-up. He tries to drag him down, but, you know, Vargas is doing the right thing. Oh, he's able to drag him down. Maybe he's going to hop on top and get the guillotine, use it to pass.
Vargas, again, a good job, though, of keeping his composure and getting back to his feet.
Yeah, he's being smart here.
Going for a trip was Lewis.
Lewis is being a real sticky grappler here. he's trying for that arm in off the wall stand-up guillotine. That's tough, real tough to get, especially when you're a lot shorter than your opponent. But he's trying to, you know, you drag him down, which is the thing that he wants to do. But Vargas is doing a good job. He's got a body clinch. He's just kind of holding on. Looks like Lewis is going to maybe work some knees, try to soften him up.
What would you like to see from Vargas to try to get his head out of this position with Lewis?
Now, you know, Vargas is doing, you know, he's being smart here because he's preventing himself from taking shots. It's kind of a tough position. What I would do is try to smash him to the cage and then stick my head up and then use my legs to stand up instead of trying to just lift my back up. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that, and now it looks like Lewis has got the top control. And with this ride out here the last 10 seconds, I can't see the judges giving it to anybody but Lewis in that round for that top control alone. Yeah, and a couple trip takedowns as well for Lewis. And he came out very aggressive with the takedowns. Vargas, he's an athletic guy. He manages to keep his balance, I think, better than most guys his height. But he did a good job with the takedown defense. But yeah, Lewis, you know, he became like he became like a barnacle. Where they stick to you, they're not going to let you get any room to squeeze out. Another thing that Vargas could have done is try to sit out. That's where he almost fakes like he's going to try to sit out one way, and then he kicks his body out the other way, and kind of break that grip, that head and arm grip that Lewis had. You know, and we'll see if that position comes to pass again here in the second round. I see probably more of those type of positions as Lewis obviously wants to close the distance, charge forward, use the grappling to control this fight, where Vargas is going to try to keep the distance with straight shots. So I expect to see some more of those kind of back and forth grappling exchanges here in these later rounds. So we talked about styles clashing early on. This is definitely one of those instances where Vargas wants to use his height and his reach advantage to keep that nice distance, but Lewis wants to get this on the ground as quickly as he can, like he did in round one. As round two is underway, great leg kick inside by Lewis. Yeah, I don't expect Lewis to do too much striking before he goes for another takedown. I think he's just kind of using it to get Vargas thinking about strikes and then probably drop levels and try to take down. Like there it is. That, exactly, but great stuff there. Yeah, that wasn't a good takedown defense. You know, you could tell that Lewis is a little uncomfortable in his striking, and so he's kind of using a lot of energy that you don't want to have to waste. Looks like he caught a good shot there. Looks like Vargas is starting to find that range. Body shot by Lewis. Oh, great left jab by Vargas. Oh, and he hurt him with that uppercut. Oh, but Lewis still dangerous. Swinging big whenever he backs up. He's got to worry. Yeah, again, Lewis fighting back. He's getting hurt by these jabs and these combinations. Great body kick by Vargas. Vargas needs to capitalize while Lewis is breathing hard. Hurt. Lewis is turning his back. It looks like Lewis doesn't want anything else to do with this. Yeah, the ref, going for the rear naked. Sinking in the choke, but he's just going to settle with position here. Looks like he's got his back. You know, honestly, I don't think Lewis wants any more. I think he took a shot, and that made him think, I'm ready to leave, and he's just going to let the ref. 45 seconds left in this, and the ref is going to call it. For him there. There you go, Mark Vargas. Way to take shots. You know, Lewis is complaining now, but I think it's more to save pride. You know, he took a couple shots where he literally turned and ran straight back, and then looked at the ref kind of like, are you going to help me out here? But, you know, you gotta commend Vargas for, you know, not getting too overly excited, staying the course, you know, getting heavy on top, putting it down, and then getting that TKO finish in the end. And maybe losing that first round lit a fire under Mark Vargas to really come out aggressive and execute his game plan, even more so than in the first round, where it could be either fighter's advantage, but Vargas did an excellent job of executing those strikes and wobbled Lewis early, and he just kept keeping that aggression on Lewis to eventually finish that fight. Yeah, you know, I think, you know, he realized when he hurt him, and, you know, some of these guys, these newer guys, you know, they see that happen and they just run in. And Vargas was very tactical, because what Lewis was doing was he was feigning away like he was hurt, but then planting his foot and turning and throwing big overhands when Vargas would charge in. So, you know, I think Vargas was smart to kind of pick his shots, not rush in too soon. But once he saw that Lewis was really hurt and kind of running away from the shots, that's when he decided to try to go for the finish and was able to get it.
And we'll send it over to Voice of Champions Jim Cooley for the official announcement.
TKO. Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute 18 seconds of round number 2, referee Brian Tyler has called a stop to this contest. Your winner, via technical knockout, the Slim Reaper, Mark Vargas.
So the Slim Reaper gets another victim to his tally as he picks up his second career victory via TKO in round 2, coincidentally. In his career, moves to 2-0. Benjamin Lewis falls to 0-2 in the welterweight division. Next up on the card, we have a featherweight bout between another AKA fighter, Jamshed Sanganov, and Maxwell Bryant coming up next.